Hi guys, welcome to NMAT. We have a question and it says y equal to square root of x minus 2 divided by the square root of x plus 2. We have to find the y dx, which means we need to differentiate this. Now to differentiate this, we need to first of all rationalize this sum. Alright, so we have y equal to the square root of x minus 2 divided by the square root of x plus 2. And to rationalize this, we need to multiply what we have on the denominator here. Since the denominator is the square root of x plus 2, we're going to multiply that to both numerator and denominator. In doing so, we'll be able to remove the square root that we have on the denominator. Now, to the numerator, now we have this and this, and both have square root. So I'm going to put a square root and then x minus 2, which is this, multiplied to x plus 2, which is this. All right. Now, on the denominator, these and these are the same. The simple way to do this is to remove the square root that both have, and we are now left with x plus 2. All right. Okay. Now, this can be further simplified into, when you expand this, you're left with x squared minus 4, and what we have on the denominator is still x plus 2. Okay. So you can say y now equal to the square root of x squared minus 4 over x plus 2. And now this is a quotient. We're going to apply quotient rule because we have a fraction. Now we're going to take the numerator as u, and the numerator is the square root of x squared minus 4. Okay? Now the denominator is v, we take that as v, and the numerator is x plus 2. Now to differentiate u is equal to the square root of x squared minus 4, and we're going to apply chain rule. And to apply chain rule, we need to make this, what we have inside here, to be a single number. So let's make what we have here to be a single number. So if everything that we have here is a single number, let's say a, then this means that a here is raised to the power of 1 over 2, since it is a root. And this root has a power of 2. So that's why we have 1 over 2. Okay? Alright, now the 1 comes from the power of a here. The power of a is 1, so I have 1 over the power of the root, which is 2. Okay? Alright, so what we've done here means that a is equal to x squared minus 4. Now it is easy to differentiate this and also easy to differentiate this. Okay? Now to differentiate this, we'll be differentiating u with respect to a. And that will become 1 over 2, the power comes down. Remember the power rule, the power comes down, and then we reduce the power by 1. So we reduce the power again, 1 over 2 by 1. And what we'll have here will be 1 over 2a to the power of negative 1 over 2. Okay, now because of the negativity of the power a will have to switch position from the numerator to the denominator, which means that if this was on the numerator, it would have moved from the denominator to the numerator. Alright, so in this case, it's going to move from the numerator to the denominator. Remember, we already have a denominator here, numerator, denominator. So a is going to join it. Alright, so now what we're going to have would be 1, which is the only thing remaining on the numerator, and 2 that's on the denominator, with a, and a here has power of negative power. So when it comes down, it's going to change to a positive power. So that's what we now have. And this can be written as 1 over 2 root of a. Remember, we said that root here can be represented as 1 over 2. So if you have 1 over 2, you can change it back to root. Alright, so now let's differentiate a here. Differentiating a with respect to x will be the a over the x, and this will be equal to 2x. Now the two things that we are differentiating, we are going to multiply them together. Alright, so multiplying together the a over the x with the u over the a, we are left with the u over the x, which means we have differentiated the u now. Alright, so this will be equal to 1 all over 2 root a times 2x. Now these two cancel these two and we are left with x over root of a. Now what is a? A is x squared minus 4. So now this x squared minus 4 is going to be under the square root, since we are saying square root of a. So this will be square root of x squared minus 4. Alright, so that's how you differentiate to have a du. So du with respect to x is equal to x over the square root of x squared minus 4. Okay, while our dv, differentiating v here, would be equal to 1. If you check x, you will have 1. Alright, so we're going to now apply this into the quotient formula, which says that dy over dx, now we're differentiating y now, with respect to x, would be equal to v du minus u dv all over v squared. Alright. Now let's apply that. Now what's our v? Our v is x plus 2, so I'll write that x plus 2 is two things, so I'm going to put them together since we are multiplying it with u. Du is this, which is x over square root of x squared minus 4. Minus, we put the minus sign. Now we differentiate the value of u is root of x squared minus 4. And then the v is equal to 1. So when you multiply this by 1, it still remains that value over v squared. V is x plus 2. And since we are saying v squared, we need to square that. Alright, so this is what we have. And if I want to write this down well, I'll write x, which is this x, into bracket x plus 2, which is this, divided by root of x squared minus 4 minus root of x squared minus 4. Now, because when you multiply this with this, it still remains what we have over x plus 2 all squared. Now, we need to now work on this with all the knowledge of algebra that we know. Alright, so what we need to do here first is to remove this fraction from the fraction, the overall fraction. And to do that, we need to multiply every point here by the value of the denominator, the LCM of the denominator. So the denominator that we have here is this, is x squared minus 4. So we're going to multiply x squared minus 4 to this point, to this point, and to this point. Alright, so if you multiply x squared to this point, let's do that. If you multiply square root of x squared minus 4 to x into x plus 2 over x squared minus 4, find out that this is going to cancel this out. Minus, at this point, if you multiply the square root of x squared minus 4 to x squared minus 4, that means we multiply x squared minus 4 to this point. Both of them are the square root of x squared minus 4, and we know what that would result in. And then we multiply that to this one, which means what we have here, x plus 2 squared, we multiply square root of x squared minus 4 to it. That's what we've done. We multiply x squared minus 4 to all 3 points, this point, and this other point. We multiply x squared minus 4 to them. Now let's see what that's going to give us. Right, so let's continue. dy dx will now be equal to, at this point, this has cancelled these out, and we're left with x into x plus 2. And at this point, minus sign, we put the minus sign. This with this will result in x squared minus 4. Now I'm going to put that in the bracket because those are two things that we need to subtract from. And then on the denominator, we still have x plus 2. Notice changes the square root of x squared minus 4. Right, so from this point, we still have that. Okay, now let's open the bracket there. X to x, we have x squared, x to 2, we have 2x minus Minus sign to x squared becomes minus x squared. Minus minus becomes plus. We have 4 over x plus 2 all squares root of x squared minus 4. Now we have x squared here, positive x squared, and we have a negative x squared. So cancel out, and we are left with 2x minus 4 over x plus 2 all square root of x squared minus 4. All right, now 2 is common here, we bring it out, and we have x minus 2 over, sorry, x plus 2, we have a plus sign here, sorry. So we have plus, and then here we have x plus 2 all square root of x squared minus 4. Now at this point, one of these will cancel one of these out. Okay, remember this is x squared, so when we divide it out, we divide one of it out. Okay, so we now have 2 remaining on the numerator. We have x plus 2, and we have the root of x squared minus 4. Now this is the value of dy dx. Now this is the value of dy dx. Now you can leave your answer here, but in case you just still want to, or you want to remove the square root out, you want to remove the square root from the denominator, then you will need to rationalize. And to rationalize 2 over x plus 2 root of x squared minus 4, you will need to multiply that root of x squared minus 4 to both numerator and denominator. And when you do that, this will become 2 root of x squared minus 4 over x plus 2. This and this will multiply, and the square root will be gone since it's the same thing. So we now have x squared minus 4. So we have this. So now again, you can keep your answer this way. But if you still need to break it down further, you will recall that x squared minus 4 is difference of 2 squared. This difference of 2 squared, x plus 2. Now this will be the same as x minus 2 in one bracket and x plus 2 in the other bracket. Now we have 2x plus 2 here, so this will be written as 2 root of x squared minus 4 over x plus 2 squared because of these 2, and then x minus 2, this other one. Alright, so dy dx can also be written in this form. So in any of these 3 forms, which is still the same, this, and this would be your answer, depending on how simple you want to reduce it to, the simplicity of the answer. Alright, so any of the 3 can be the answer. Alright, so I hope these have been helpful to someone, and I hope you've learned something today. Please subscribe if you've not done so. Thank you.